This is a fun game I like to call How Much of This Video Can I Film Before I Have to Leave the House? Hello beautiful people of the world, it's Abby, and today I'm back finally with another YouTube video, and I thought it would be fun because I'm getting back into like my posting, I don't want to say era, but I'm getting back into my posting era. And I needed like just kind of quick and easy content to kind of reintroduce myself to YouTube. I do this like every few months because I post and then I stop and I go through these kind of ebbs and flows of this whole content thing. So I thought it would be really fun to do a Q&A. I haven't done one in a while. And so I put up a question tab on my personal Instagram account, my author business account, and my fan page for the Sterniolo triplets. I bet a lot of you did not know that I had that account. But anyways, I got a bunch of answers for my Q&A video, and I'm going to answer them today. These are all very mixed together, so I don't really know kind of what's going on. But the first question is, what is your favorite genre of books? And I've kind of talked about this a few times. I used to really, really love fantasy. That used to be my number one. As I got older, it kind of sort of shifted. I started really liking dark fantasy, which is still fantasy. I'm still counting it as that. But then when I got even older, I started really liking thrillers and horrors. Not really horror. I haven't really read too much horror, so I can't really speak on that. Thriller for sure, and mystery, murder mysteries specifically, love those. I just really like the dark stuff, which is really strange because I feel like I don't seem like that kind of person, but I do fully really love the whole scary-ish sort of dark things. Yeah, that's my favorite genre personally. The next question, which I've kind of also talked about a little bit, is when did I start writing? And this is kind of a very detailed question for me because there are a few different things I could say. Normally I say when I was 8 because that's when I started wanting to be an author. But really I started writing probably around the same time that I started reading, which is 4 years old. I realized that I was very early with reading. Not a lot of people read that from that early of an age, but I was kind of like a little prodigy. And ever since then I've been writing stories. When I was 8 is when I kind of started talking about wanting to be an author when I grew up. And I would write stories in my car, and in my car as if I was driving. I would bring a notebook in the car, and while we would drive around town or like to other towns, I would be writing in my notebook and I would be making stories. I feel like something that shaped me a lot as who I am now is I had asked my mom once how old you had to be an author, and that was when I was around 8. And she said, I don't really think there is like an age qualification, you just have to be good at writing. And so my plan from there was to be like the youngest author ever, which obviously is not a thing because the youngest author can really mean a ton of things. And I am a young author, and I did publish my first book at 13, which is great. But yeah, at that point I wanted to be like the youngest author ever. So yeah, I'd say 8 is probably when I started writing. But as far as writing on like a Google Doc, like on a document, I would say probably like 6th grade maybe was when that started. And the first ever document that I opened and started writing in was my plot for Chronicles of Eowyn, so that kind of stemmed into the whole thing. So if I never would have opened that Google Doc, I probably wouldn't be an author now. The next question is top 5 artists, and it's always so hard for me to answer music-related questions because I just love everything. I love everyone. I'd probably, for my own sake, I pulled up like my actual top 5 artists on Spotify right now. So I'm going to tell you from 4 weeks, 6 months, and 12 months. This is just giving you kind of a reference to what I listen to. The last 4 weeks, my 5 top artists are Role Model, The Lumineers, Noah Kahan, Phoebe Bridgers, Lord Huron. In the last 6 months, it's Role Model, The Lumineers, Hozier, Lord Huron, and Phoebe Bridgers. And for the last 12 months, it's Taylor Swift, Role Model, Hozier, Conan Gray, and the Lumineers. So that gives you kind of a good range of what I listen to and what I've been listening to more often. Role Model's definitely the top that I've listened to right now because I just went to his concert last month and I was listening to him constantly. I thought a lot about how I was going to answer this question because I know it was a joke, but I wanted to include it anyways. This is, how did you become so cool and wild and free? And I think the answer I will go with is just don't let people's opinions stop you from doing what you want. Because, like, I'm constantly in a great fear that not, like, my close friends, but, like, people from my dance studio, things like that, will see all my content and think that I'm, like, strange. But I love making content, so I'm not gonna stop. Like, I'm not gonna let other people's opinions affect me. And I think that's how I became so cool and wild and free. This one says favorite movie, and I always love to say that Napoleon Dynamite's probably my favorite movie, but I also really love the Harry Potter movies, and yeah, I love a lot of different movies. I don't really watch TV or movies that often, so it's really hard for me to answer questions like that also. This one's kind of an inside joke thing, so I don't expect most of you to get it, but this one says, if you had to choose between Charburger or nothing at all, what would you choose? And I would definitely choose Charburger. This one says, what are your tips for motivation for recording? And my tips are, don't make it a chore, because I used to do it where I had to post on YouTube twice a week. I don't know why I held up 3. Twice a week. And it worked out fine. I never really got bored of it. It was just super tiring, and I was, like, in a constant state of filming. And I remember saying in, like, certain videos, I was like, I'm in a constant rotation of making content, things like that. And just don't make it chore like that. Like, instead of trying to have a YouTube posting schedule, I just try to post something on social media, like, every day, on any sort of form of social media. So that's the thing. YouTube is, like, my favorite place to make things, because I can just yap. I love yapping. It's kind of the same reason I liked doing the podcast. So it's fun for me. It's not really, like, something I need motivation for, because I will just do it. If I want to make a video, I just have to have the time, and I'll do it. I love recording. This one says, what is your favorite place to go on vacation? And the answer is definitely Oregon. I only went to Oregon once, but it was my favorite vacation I've been on so far. It's very beautiful there. The nature part of it is very insane. It, like, looks unreal, like it's surreal. Super pretty. I hope that one day that I can either go back or move there. I would really love to. It's my favorite place I've ever been. It was crazy. It was amazing. It was cool. But I have enjoyed every place that I've been. But that is my favorite. I definitely have a favorite for that one. This is in like the Sterniolo question sort of thing. What's your favorite Nick rant? And mine is it's probably a very basic answer. I tell people this all the time. My favorite Nick rant is the airport lady who didn't take off her waist trainer. That's my favorite. And on that theme, someone said, who's your favorite Sterniolo triplet? And I had to answer this question a lot when I went to the surprise party tour. And I said the same thing every time. I do not have a favorite. I love them all with my whole heart. If I absolutely have to choose one, I relate the most to Matt. That's what I normally say. But yeah, they all have affected me in different ways, and it was amazing. Back when the Versus tour was going on, and I almost went to that one, I was going to be Team Purple for Nick. I was going to dress in purple. After that point, I feel like Matt kind of became my favorite because I was having, like, after that point, I had, like, a really weird time in my life where I was super anxious all the time, and it helped a lot to hear someone else talking about it again. But also, Chris was definitely the most excited to be there for the meet and greet. And I don't really think that has anything to do with it, but, like, if you want sort of a reason for each person, that's my reasoning. Where do you get the inspiration for your outfits? The answer is Pinterest, normally. Pretty much every outfit that I wear is probably something I've gotten from Pinterest, inspired by Pinterest. If not, it's TikTok, or I just come up with it, but normally it's Pinterest, and you can follow me on Pinterest. I have an account, and I post pictures of me on there as well. and I have lots of boards. I make like one Pinterest board per month of the year, and I'll save everything to that, and that's my story. Favorite piece of Sturniolo Triplets merch that I own. I'm going to try to find pictures of them so I don't have to pull them out right now. I definitely say I wore my leopard print Let's Trip shirt that's pink to the surprise party tour. Insert picture here. I also really love my black shirt that says Sturniolo on it, and it has like a peace sign instead of the O. I'll find that too. I love my Brown Fresh Love hoodie, which I just got not that long ago. I bought it off of somebody. Yeah, that's probably my 3 favorites. Also, I'm just going to add this. This wasn't a question, but I'm going to add it. My favorite Space Camp flavor is Frosted Mint, if anyone was wondering. I'll put a picture there too, just in case. Favorite shoes I own are definitely, also that was a question. I don't know why I worded it that way. Someone asked me what my favorite shoes I own are, and my favorite shoes are my yellow Converse. I have one of them. Oh, I have both of them. I have both of them right there. They're really dirty, but I'll show you guys anyways. These are my favorite shoes I own. They're really dirty because I wear them to work sometimes, but they are absolutely my favorite shoes. My favorite color is yellow, and so they kind of go with a lot of stuff that I own because I love yellow. Favorite makeup product. That's also a question. I don't know why I keep doing that, like as if you can see the questions. I don't really have a favorite makeup product. I looked through my makeup bag and I couldn't choose anything that I specifically like more than anything else. My makeup's kind of a weird mixture and no in between like dollar store makeup and expensive fancy dance competition makeup, and I kind of just combine it all when I do my face of makeup. I don't have a lot of makeup on right now, but I love it all. I guess if I had to choose a favorite product, I'd say my Space Camp, obviously, which I do have a code. If you check out with code RealAbielli, all caps, you can get 10% off. I think it's 10% off. Don't quote me on that. I also really love my Glossier lipstick, or lip gloss. If I can find a picture, I'll put it there. And then I also have, I don't know what brand it is, but it's on Amazon. It's just kind of a generic thing. It's this honey lip gloss. I'll try to find a picture. If I can, I'll put it up there. And it smells like honey, and it also has this really nice glossy look. I'm not wearing it right now, but yeah, I really like that one too. Someone asked me what my favorite style of dance that I do is. That's a hard one because I go back and forth. Normally I say ballet. I love being on point all the time. But I also really love hip-hop, and I also really love contemporary. The reason I love contemporary is, first of all, it's just a pretty style of dance, but also a lot of the music we use is music that I like to listen to. We've used a lot of music that I liked before. I give a lot of suggestions for what we dance to. I've danced to Hozier, I've danced to Lord Huron, I've danced to Arctic Monkeys, I've danced to all kinds of different artists that I love. So, yeah, I think that's probably the reason why I like it so much. This is kind of a funny question. If you follow my Sturniolo TikTok page, you will understand. But it says, elaborate on why you hate the fandom. And I don't hate the fandom, guys. I don't hate you. I don't hate the fandom. I hate the weirdos. And I know people call people who hate the weird people the Sturniolo police, and I promise I'm not telling you guys you can't post things like that. It just, personally, it's not the content that's the problem. Sometimes it's the people posting them normally. So I'll see the most absurd thing I've ever seen ever said to anyone before that I would never ever think of saying to anyone. And I'll press on who sent it, and it's a 12-year-old girl. And that's the problem that I have. That's what makes me uncomfortable. I don't hate the fandom. I just think some of y'all are crazy. The final question for this video, this actually kind of went by really fast, is my favorite song at the moment. And again, I have my Spotify stats put up, because I can't choose a favorite song. So I'm going to tell you guys the 5 songs from 4 weeks, 6 months, and 12 months. 4 weeks, Graceland 2 by Phoebe Bridgers, Paul by Big Thief, Funeral by Phoebe Bridgers, The World Ender by Lord Huron, and Second Chances by Grigory Alan Isakov. the last 6 months, oh wow, it's all role model. It's Old Recliners, Sally When the Wine Runs Out, Frances, Sun Protector, Deeply Still in Love. And the last 12 months is also all role model. Old Recliners, Sally When the Wine Runs Out, Frances, Sun Protector, and Blind. So, yeah. I don't really have a favorite song, but that's what I've been listening to recently. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm happy to be doing content like this again. I'm happy to be posting. I'm in my element. Love it. If you have any YouTube video ideas or anything like that, let me know. I will definitely be posting a lot more often now. I have, on another note, if you did not know, Orith is published now, and you can get it on Amazon. I have 11 copies that are my PR copies, and I will be doing some giveaways and stuff in the near future, so keep an eye out for that. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.